Tonight, 3 Christmas stories. People call it a trend now. Night drives, long live streams, dashboard view, snow, headlights cutting a narrow tunnel through the dark. No talking, just the sound of tires on frozen asphalt and a glowing chat window. It started as background noise, something to fall asleep to, until people noticed the road wasn't changing. I didn't find this stream myself. It was sent to me. No message, just a link, time-stamped, already offline. The channel name was ordinary, a string of numbers, no profile picture, no previous uploads. The stream had run for 3 hours before it ended, abruptly. No goodbye, no crash, no explanation, just darkness. The footage opens with a forward-facing camera mounted on the dashboard. Snow falls steadily, not a blizzard, just enough to soften the edges of the world. Headlights illuminate a 2-lane road. No houses, no streetlights, trees pressed close on both sides, their branches heavy and motionless. The speedometer is visible in the corner. 55 miles per hour. Steady. Inside the car, there is no music, no voice, only the low hum of the engine and the whisper of tires over packed snow. The chat scrolls slowly at first. Where is this? Looks peaceful. Perfect sleep stream. Time passes. 10 minutes in, someone types, "Didn't we pass that sign already?" No one responds. The road curves gently to the right. A yellow reflective sign flashes in the headlights. Slow, curve ahead. Nothing strange about it. 5 minutes later, another message appears. Wait, that's the same sign. The streamer doesn't react. The car doesn't slow. The camera doesn't move. The road curves gently to the right. The same sign appears again. Same scratches, same slight bend in the metal. Same snow piled at its base. The chat starts moving faster now. Probably a looped road. Rural highways do that. Guys, relax. But then someone timestamps it. Clip it. 01-17-43 and 01-23-09. Identical. The road doesn't branch. No intersections, no turnoffs. Just forest, snow, and that curve. At the 40-minute mark, the first capital letters appear. Turn around. Why are you passing it again? Bro, this isn't normal. The streamer still says nothing. The dashboard clock reads 11:58 p.m. It doesn't change. The chat notices. Clock frozen? Is that real time? The car keeps moving. The sign appears again. This time, the headlights linger on it a fraction longer, as if the car hesitates without braking. The reflective surface blooms white, washing out the frame for half a second. When the road straightens, the trees feel closer. Their shadows overlap unnaturally, like layers. Someone in chat types, "Why does it feel like the road is narrower?" No answer. An hour passes, then another. The chat count climbs instead of dropping. People don't leave, they stay. They argue, they count, they start predicting the curve. 3, 2, there. And the sign appears on cue. Always the same. The streamer's hands are visible now, both on the wheel, unmoving, knuckles pale. The speed never changes, 55 miles per hour. Someone zooms in on the windshield reflection and posts screenshots. Is someone in the back seat? Others dismiss it. Compression artifacts, snow glare, pareidolia. But the comment doesn't go away. People keep looking. At 2:11:00, something changes. The sign appears again. But this time, beneath slow curve ahead, there is something else. Another sign. Smaller, older, almost completely buried in snow. Only 2 words are visible: "Stay on road." The chat explodes. "That wasn't there before. Rewind the stream. Is this a game?" The car passes it. The curve feels sharper now. The headlights shake slightly, as if the road dips. For the first time, the engine sound changes. Not louder, strained. At 2:26:44, the dashboard camera catches movement on the right side of the road. Just for a second, a dark shape between the trees. Too tall to be a deer, too still. The chat freezes, then floods. "What was that? Did you see that? Stop the car!" The streamer's hands tighten. The speed drops. The clock still reads 11:58 p.m. As the car slows, the shadow moves. Not toward the road, along it, parallel, keeping pace. The camera doesn't turn, but the shadow slides through the trees, perfectly aligned with the vehicle. Someone types, "It's waiting for him to stop." The speed goes back to 55. The shadow disappears. The chat doesn't calm down. At 2:41:12, the road sign appears again. Same curve, same sign. But now the sign is bent inward, as if struck from behind. The metal creases face the road, facing the car. Someone posts an overlay comparing earlier clips. It's closer. And they're right. Each time the sign appears, it's a few feet nearer to the asphalt, like the road is tightening around itself, like a noose. At 2:58:00, the streamer finally speaks. The microphone crackles, a dry, hoarse whisper. "I can't find the turnoff." The chat erupts. "Turn around! Just stop! Get out!" His breathing is audible now. Shallow, fast. "I passed it already. I know I did." The headlights tremble. Snow thickens, though the weather forecast posted in chat shows clear skies. The sign appears again. This time, the car slows on its own. The speedometer ticks down. The engine whines. The shadow returns. Closer, at the edge of the road, standing where the trees should be. Tall, thin, unmoving. "I didn't miss it. I didn't." The shadow steps forward, not onto the road, into the headlights. The camera glitches. The image smears. The chat fills with the same message posted by dozens of different accounts at once. "Don't stop." The car stops. Silence. The engine cuts out. Snow hits the windshield softly. The clock still reads 11:58 p.m. The shadow stands in front of the car now. Its outline doesn't reflect light correctly. It absorbs it. The streamer breathes. "I just need to turn around," he says. His hand reaches for the gear shift. The shadow tilts, not its head, its entire upper body, like it's curious, like it's learning. The headlights flicker. The sign is visible behind the shadow now, close enough to touch. Slow, curve ahead. Under it, barely visible, stay. The stream audio distorts. A low grinding hum replaces the wind. The chat slows. Messages stop appearing. Viewer count drops rapidly. Hundreds leave at once, then thousands, then... The camera turns. Not the car, the camera. It rotates slowly toward the driver. We see his face for the first time. Eyes wide, unblinking, mouth slightly open. He isn't looking at the road. He's looking at the rearview mirror. "I think it's behind me now," he says. The screen glitches. The image freezes. The chat displays one final message from the streamer's own account.
The road doesn't repeat. You do. The stream ends. There was no follow-up, no police report, no missing person alert tied to the channel, no explanation. But the link kept circulating, re-uploads, clips, analysis videos, until people noticed something else. Every re-upload ends at a different timestamp, sometimes earlier, sometimes later, but always before the car stops. And sometimes, if you watch closely enough, you'll see a comment appear in the chat that wasn't there before, posted in real time, addressed to no one. You're almost here, and beneath it, a system notification. Stream resumed, for just a second, showing a familiar road, snow, headlights, and a yellow sign waiting patiently ahead. If you ever watch a night drive stream and the road feels too familiar, if the signs start appearing out of order, if the clock won't change, close the tab, don't rewind, and whatever you do, don't stay to see where the road actually goes.
It doesn't happen when the snow starts. Not at first. People notice it only after the storm has settled in, when the world outside turns white and soft and distant, when sound should be muffled, but not gone. In some houses, during heavy snowfall, everything goes quiet. Not peaceful quiet, wrong quiet. The first time I heard about it, it was buried in a comment thread. Someone replying to a video of a blizzard filmed through a kitchen window. They wrote, "Does anyone else's house do this? When the snow gets heavy enough, all the sounds stop?" No likes, no replies, just that sentence. I started looking for more. They weren't easy to find because people don't title posts like this. They don't say, "My house went silent and it scared me." They say things like, "Anyone else's ears ringing during snowstorms? Why does it feel weirdly quiet when it snows hard? Is it normal for clocks to stop ticking?" At first glance, it sounds like coincidence. Weather, pressure, insulation, psychology. But the details don't line up. One person wrote that it started at exactly 9:17 p.m. Another said it always happened about 10 minutes after the snow got really thick. Someone else said it only happened when they were alone. They all described the same thing. The house doesn't lose power. Lights stay on, screens glow, heating works, but sound disappears. The refrigerator stops humming. The clock on the wall freezes mid-tick. Phones don't ring, even when someone calls them. One person recorded a video. They stand in their living room, snow hammering the windows so hard it should sound like static. But the audio track is empty. No wind, no storm, no room tone. Just a flat, dead silence. In the video, the person snaps their fingers. Nothing. They clap their hands. Nothing. They open their mouth to shout. The video ends before we hear anything. Most people don't notice right away. They're scrolling, watching TV, cooking. The silence creeps in gradually, like the house is lowering the volume instead of muting it. By the time they notice, it's already complete. One woman described it like this: "It felt like my ears were covered, but from the inside." She tried turning the TV volume up. The numbers changed, the screen responded, but no sound came out. She pressed her ear to the speaker. Nothing. She could see her dog barking. Its mouth opened wide, its body shook, but it made no noise. That's when she panicked.
Phones are the next thing people check. They call someone. The call connects. The timer starts. But there's no ringing, no voice, not even static. One man said he could see the other person talking on FaceTime. Their mouth moved, their hands gestured, but the audio was gone on both ends. When he hung up, he noticed something worse. The call log showed no record of the call, like it never happened. Clocks are inconsistent. Digital clocks keep displaying the time, but they stop changing. Analog clocks freeze completely, second-hand, mid-motion. One person posted a photo of a grandfather clock stuck between seconds. The caption read, "It hasn't moved in 47 minutes." Someone asked if it was broken. They replied, "It started ticking again when the snow stopped." The most unsettling reports come from people who tried to leave. Opening the front door doesn't bring sound back. Outside is silent too. Snow falls without a whisper. Cars on the street are frozen in place, not stalled, parked. Lights on, engines off, no exhaust, no footprints in the snow except the ones leading from the house to the porch, and none leading away. A man in Minnesota wrote that he stepped onto his driveway and screamed. He could feel his throat tearing, his chest burning, but he couldn't hear himself. He ran back inside, locked the door, and waited. Waiting is the part everyone remembers most, because once the silence is complete, nothing happens. No footsteps, no shadows, no movement, just the feeling. They all describe it differently, but it means the same thing. It feels like the house is holding its breath. It feels like the room is full of someone who isn't moving. It feels like something is waiting for us to notice. People start whispering instinctively, even though there's no sound to disturb. One person wrote that, "I caught myself thinking quieter thoughts." Some try to break it. They drop objects. Glass doesn't shatter. It breaks, but silently, like the sound was swallowed before it could escape. They slam doors. The impact is visible, but there's no echo, no reverberation, just motion without consequence. Animals react before people do. Cats hide. Dogs stare at corners of rooms and refuse to look away. One woman said her parrot went completely still, feathers puffed, eyes wide, like it was listening to something she couldn't hear. She covered its cage. She didn't want to see which direction it was facing. The silence doesn't lift when you sleep. People wake up and immediately know it's still there.
Not because they can't hear, but because they feel watched. One man said he opened his eyes at 3:12 a.m. and knew something was standing in his hallway. He didn't see it, he just knew, because the silence felt thicker there. No one reports seeing anything. That's important. There are no figures, no shadows crossing doorways, no faces at windows. Whatever this is, it doesn't need to be seen. It just needs attention. The snowstorms that trigger it are always heavier than expected. Forecasts say moderate snowfall. Instead, the world disappears. White walls outside every window, no horizon, no depth. Just snow pressing closer and closer, as if sound is being buried under it. And then, eventually, it ends. Not suddenly, gradually. A faint hum returns, a tick, a distant creak. Someone's phone vibrates with missed notifications that were never logged. The storm outside sounds impossibly loud. People collapse, cry, laugh, convince themselves it was stress, weather, imagination. But some things don't reset.
One man said his house never sounded the same afterward, like a subtle dampening, as if the walls remembered being quiet. Another said his dog never barked again. It opened its mouth, but no sound came out, ever. There's one detail that keeps appearing, buried in posts, dismissed as coincidence: the time. Almost everyone mentions noticing the silence at around the same moment. Not exactly, but close. Always late evening, always before midnight. And when they check the clock during the silence, the time is wrong. Not frozen, wrong. Off by minutes, sometimes hours. One person wrote, "My phone said 10:04, the stove said 9:59, the microwave said 11:12, none of them changed." A woman from upstate New York posted this, then deleted it an hour later. "I think it's not that sound disappears, I think we leave sound behind." No explanation, no follow-up. The last post I saved came from someone who said the silence lasted longer than usual, almost 3 hours. They sat in their living room the entire time, didn't move, didn't sleep, because they were afraid that if they did, something would take their place in the room. When the snow stopped, the sound came back all at once, too loud, overwhelming. They said they cried from relief. Then they added one more line, "The reason I'm telling you this. When the noise came back, it sounded like it was already in the house." If you live somewhere with heavy snow and the storm gets bad enough, pay attention. If the world goes quiet in a way it never has before, don't test it, don't shout, don't listen harder, don't try to prove it's nothing. Because some things don't arrive with footsteps, they arrive when everything else leaves. And the silence, it isn't empty, it's waiting for you to notice.
Most people install doorbell cameras to feel safer. They want to see packages, missed deliveries, the occasional raccoon at night. They don't expect the camera to watch something that doesn't behave like a person. The video came from a Ring doorbell. Suburban house, single family, 2 cars in the driveway, fresh snowfall. The timestamp starts at 11:48 p.m. The porch light is on. At the edge of the frame, someone is already standing there. At first glance, it looks normal. A tall figure, dark clothing, hands down at the sides, no movement. People in the comments assumed the camera just activated late, that the person had just walked up, but the metadata shows the camera had been recording continuously for several minutes before the clip was saved. The figure was already there, waiting. Snow falls steadily, large flakes. They pass through the figure's outline, not dramatically, not like a glitch, just uninterrupted, as if the snow doesn't recognize it as solid. The homeowner didn't see the footage until morning. They slept through the night. No alerts, no motion notifications. The camera didn't trigger once. Not when the figure appeared, not when the porch light flicked on automatically, not when the figure's head tilted slightly upward, toward the lens. At 12:07 a.m., the porch light brightens. The figure doesn't react. At 12:14, the light turns off. The figure remains. Snow builds up on the steps, on the railing, but not on the figure. Its shoulders stayed dark, dry, unchanged. The camera angle is fixed, but as the night goes on, something feels wrong with the framing. The figure appears closer, not by stepping forward, but by occupying more of the image, as if the camera's sense of distance is failing. At 1:03 a.m., the figure moves, barely. Its head shifts, not turning, tilting. The angle is wrong for a neck, too smooth, too deliberate. The motion lasts less than a second. Then stillness again. The snow keeps falling. The homeowner said later that this was the moment that made them feel sick, not because it moved, but because the movement looked like it was adjusting, like it realized the camera was there. Between 1 a.m. and 3 a.m., nothing else happens. No knocking, no doorbell, no pacing, just standing. The camera captures the same frame again and again. The timestamp is the only thing that changes. At 2:41 a.m., a car passes on the street. Headlights sweep across the porch. The figure casts no shadow. The light washes over it like it's not there. But the camera still shows its outline perfectly. At 3:17 a.m., the porch light turns on again. This time, it stays on. The figure's face should be visible now, but there are no features. Not darkness, not blur, just an absence where details should be, like the camera refuses to render it. The homeowner's bedroom window faces the front yard. At 3:52 a.m., the camera records something new. The figure's head lifts, slowly, deliberately, and it looks directly into the lens, not at the door, not at the house, at the camera. People who watched the footage frame by frame noticed something else: the reflection. In the glass of the door behind the figure, faint but visible, the camera catches the reflection of the living room, dark, empty, and on the couch, two shapes, reclined, unmoving, sleeping. At 4:11 a.m., the snow intensifies, visibility drops. The figure becomes harder to see, not because it's leaving, but because the snowfall is finally thick enough to hide it. For a moment, it almost looks gone. Then the wind shifts, and it's still there, unchanged. At 4:32 a.m., the clip ends, not with motion, not with the figure leaving. The video just stops. The next recorded event is at 6:18 a.m. Sunrise, empty porch, fresh snow, no footprints, none. Not leading up to the door, not leading away. The snow is smooth, untouched. The homeowner assumed it was a glitch, corrupted footage, a reflection, anything that would make sense. They posted the video online, asking if anyone had seen something similar. They expected jokes. Instead, the comments filled with timestamps, people pointing out details they hadn't noticed, the head tilt, the lack of shadows, the way the figure seemed closer at the end. Then someone asked a question that made them stop reading. Did you check the indoor cameras? They hadn't. They checked. The living room camera shows nothing unusual. No movement, no entry. But the timestamp is wrong. From 11:49 p.m. to 4:31 a.m., the footage exists, but it's silent. No audio track at all. Not muted, missing. And once every few minutes, the camera makes a slight automatic adjustment, as if trying to focus on nothing. The bedroom camera is worse. It shows the bed, two people sleeping, unmoving. At 3:52 a.m., the same time the figure looked into the doorbell camera, the bedroom camera zooms in, not digitally, physically. The lens shifts, centering on the homeowner's face, holding there for 6 minutes. The homeowners took the cameras down the next day, disconnected everything. They told themselves it was paranoia, internet hysteria. But that night, before they went to bed, they noticed something. The porch light was on. They hadn't turned it on. They turned it off, went to sleep. In the morning, there were no alerts, no footage. But when they checked the Ring app, there was a new saved clip, time-stamped 2:03 a.m. Duration 001. The thumbnail shows the porch, empty except for one thing, a shadow, cast upward, as if something tall was standing just below the camera, looking up. The clip won't play.
The app crashes every time, but the thumbnail doesn't disappear. And every time they open the app, the shadow is closer. People still share the original video. It gets reposted every winter, especially after heavy snowstorms. Someone always comments, "Fake." Someone else always replies, "Then explain why my camera did the same thing." And buried deep in those threads, you'll find newer posts from different accounts, different states, different houses, all saying the same thing. It didn't knock, it didn't ring, it just stood there. And one last line, always written like an afterthought, "I don't think it was there for the door." Because doorbell cameras don't just watch doors, they watch who's home, they watch who's asleep, and sometimes they watch something waiting patiently in the snow, learning exactly where to look next.